Spider-Man, Spider-Man takes a dump in a coffee can.
Making pancakes. Making pancakes.
But you know, body.
Making pancakes.
Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 64 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
Don't get it twisted. This is the real episode of the Mouthful podcast of the group GG.
What is going on, guys?
Nothing much. Doing good, man. Feeling good. It's podcast night. Friday night.
Yeah, Fridays are always good.
It is
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Those voices you hear, of course, is first off Mr. Dream Twister himself.
How's it going, everybody?
David Santos. And then, of course, Mrs. Shadow 24/7,
Hey.
Krista Montanez.
And featuring the lovely sound of Mr. Spinner here.
And we have a fidget spinner
Yes.
guest starring.
Guest starring Fidget Spinner.
It's a
Doing
metal
their
one
debuts.
that clearly needs a little oil.
It's a little messed up.
So, if this is your first time listening, guys, thank you so much for for listening, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. Please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. That's our Facebook group, exclusive Facebook group.
Invite your friends.
Yes, definitely. And, of course, share and like the video if you're on YouTube or on Google Play or iTunes. Please subscribe. And as always, we are having a little bit of beer. This beer is very coffee-like.
I know. You know this one of my favorites. We've talked about this one before. By the way, I feel like we should go back to. I feel like we abandoned the what are we drinking? Yes, that used to be one of my favorite parts, one of my favorite sessions of the show.
That's okay. We can bring it back.
But because we never got to repeat the drinks that we were having, But I I love the fact that we are on reruns with this one.
We are on reruns. Yes, this is Cigar City Maduro.
Oh yes,
which is a brown ale, which they say brown, but it's pretty black.
That is pretty black. Yes,
that is basically a porter.
I called it earlier the boozy latte.
The boozy latte. Yes. We're just missing the milk. You know what? We should put some milk in this.
Maybe not.
Please no, unless it's like boozy milk, like the
Boozy milk.
like
I like
Kahlua or something.
Well, sir, you used to be a bartender.
We're gonna
you should
patent
know
that.
You should know what to mix.
Yes, I bet you it would mix well.
Yes.
No, it would not.
No,
I'm just saying.
we should have a guinea pig.
We should have. What's that?
Where's Nick? Oh wait, no.
No,
Was that
we
other
can't.
milk?
We would
Underage.
have to put down some money for that.
Yes, $100.
I'll pay you $100 if you drink this, and don't pass out.
All right, guys, I'm going to go right into what are we up to. I'm going to start today with me.
Yeah.
Because
That's a first.
Just because.
Because you never
There's no
do.
reason.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always-
You always get us by surprise. With you.
Yeah.
Drink to sir. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to
And you're
explain it.
stumbling going, I don't even know what
It's
I've
like
been doing.
playing Duck Duck Goose.
Exactly. Yes.
Duck, duck,
So
goose. The goose today, my friend,
Tag-
is me.
you're it, mofo.
I'm it. So first off, I've been playing some of the same shit, so I'm not really going to go into what I've been playing. But I will say what I've been watching, and we saw the same movie, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yes.
Oh yes.
Spider-Man
That
You guys
movie. Yes.
enjoy it.
Round one. Fight.
So I'm gonna just say what I liked about it without spoiling it because Miss Shadow has not seen it. First off, I enjoyed. This is literally an origin story without the origin. This is not a spoiler. Well, it's kind of a spoiler, but no, I mean, not really. The fact is that they don't go over the same stuff that you already know about Peter Parker. Okay, you know the basics about him. You know how he became Spider-Man and all this stuff. They avoid all that. It's like, no, let's focus on who he is and all this stuff. And it takes place literally shortly after Civil War. So it's really is really focused on how he is not ready to be Spider-Man. And I absolutely enjoyed it. I loved his character.
That sounds really like human because they never really
Yes, I agree.
elaborated with that. Like, because it's pretty much of what happens if a superhero doesn't want to be a superhero.
Sort of, but he's the opposite of that. He is dying to be an Avenger. That is like his number one. That's all he wants to be. And the whole movie is about them saying, "You're not ready. You're not ready for this." And then, of course, him screwing shit up along the way, realizing, okay, maybe they're right. I'm not ready. But I really enjoyed the everything about it. I mean, as far as the character, Spider-Man himself. Tom Holland, I think, did a great role of showing a 15-year-old Spider. What would a 15-year-old Spider-Man have to deal with? I did like, or actually really liked, the villain, which is played by Michael Keaton, aka the original Batman. You know what I mean?
AKA Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Okay. He is in top form here. I mean, maybe in top form. I think Birdman was probably his best one that he did. But it's funny how he did a great movie called Birdman, and here he is a Birdman.
Yeah, he's playing the Vulture, right?
He plays, yes, the Vulture, which is never said as Vulture, by the way, which I'm fine with. We don't need to be labeling people here.
Yeah, we all know who it is.
Correct, yes. Other than that, I think I give it, my score would be an 8 out of 10. Okay, I was gonna say 8 out of 5.
So
8
it
out of
would
10.
be I would watch again kind of movie.
It would, yeah, definitely. My issues with it were there was a little bit to my opinion, was a little bit too much Tony Stark. I was like, okay, this should be more about him. Now, what they used him for made some sense. Some of it didn't, particularly towards the end. So it was a little bit too much of that. The stakes are smaller, which I'm okay with. But then again, the set pieces also kind of were like that as well. You know what I mean? So, which again, it was okay. And then, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there's a leap that the villain takes, and I'm going, whoa, that's pretty drastic. You know what I mean? But other than that, I think it was really good. I think it's definitely worth watching, especially if you are a Marvel fan or if you like Spider-Man or anything. I still think, though, that the first Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, the very first one with the Green Goblin, is better. I was talking with Nick because I went to see it with my son, and I was like, he felt the same way, and I was like, I kind of have to agree because I'm like, I like the Green Goblin. Two, Tobey Maguire, the whole thing, it just felt right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As the first one of those.
The first one, yeah. And I saw that one 3 times in the theater.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed the heck out of that one. I can't say I would probably do that here, and mostly because of money. But if I had dispensable money, I don't know if I'd go back to see it 3 times. You know what I mean?
Right.
But other than that, I think it was enjoyable. The other thing I saw and completed was Castlevania on Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
So what'd you think?
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
So
I
really want to love this. I really do. I really, really do. The first episode, first off, lays the groundwork, which is awesome. I'm just like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
What I was talking about.
And episodes 2 and 3, because there's only 4 episodes, by the way, guys.
That's the season.
Episodes 2 and 3 were okay, and then things started getting great in the 4th episode, and then it stopped. And then I'm like, wait a minute, no,
why?
Because the story's not over.
I know. That means they'll make more.
No, I know that, but I have to wait. What, I have to wait a year?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I guess my whole deal is I wanted more content out of a season. If it was a movie, then just leave it as a movie.
It feels like we heard about it like recently that they're making, Netflix is having a Castlevania series. And by the way, it's gonna be next month. It's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
When did they have
been
time
planning
to
this for a while?
this?
Yeah. So my issue with it was
maybe they were just testing the waters.
Perhaps. Although my understanding, they're all the seasons are going to be pretty much this. So I'm like, just leave it a feature length film. Then I can say, okay, I understand where you're going, because I'm going through credits and everything for nothing. 4 times I see credits, and it's this. Oh, what is the story? Trevor Belmont. So I think it's Castlevania 3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which has Trevor, Alucard, and the girl, I can't remember her name.
Sophia?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
That sounds about
I don't,
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
Or
that's
Sophie.
right.
Maybe it's
Sophie?
Sophie. Yeah.
I do love that Castlevania.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Castlevania
So
3 was fantastic.
that's
My favorite.
essentially the it's supposed to be the whole story of that.
Then I'm very excited to
So
watch it.
you
yeah.
should watch it.
Yeah.
It's really. I'm not gonna say it's really, really good. It really is. It's just not enough
2
of it.
hours of your time.
And I'm like, I want more. Especially if you're gonna call this a season, then make it a season. I mean, when I think of, it doesn't have to be 10 episodes or 13 episodes, but we were talking about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad first season, 7 episodes. That was a good meaty, and then
Yes.
45 minutes long too. But that was a good meaty start point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Here, it just felt like with the point it started getting good, and it's like, all right, see you next year. Well, what the hell? You know what I mean?
For all we know, they might even add on to that one season. I mean, I know that's kind of rare a bit,
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe.
but they
I
might
guess
add
perhaps,
on
yeah.
to that. They're just adding
Maybe
the
like
first
a middle
few,
thing.
Yeah.
adding the first few episodes as like a just like tasting it.
Like a taste test.
Yeah, and then they want to see how it goes, and then they're gonna add more or just add another season that's a lot longer.
Fuller, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I read Giovanni's, or he enjoyed it. I don't know. Maybe again, I always say this: expectations can kill what you're getting into if you have
Boy, you're telling me.
if you have the
also,
incorrect
don't
expectation
forget-
for something.
Don't forget that first episode. If that first episode
That was another
really
thing.
good.
It really set it up really
like-
good. And then the 2 and 3 really kind of just tapered off. And then 4, it was coming back to that thing. And then it said, all right, we're done. I'm like, what the hell? So,
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I'm like, wait, I'm on the last episode now. What?
yeah.
It's
So
over.
that's it. That's all I've been doing. Miss Shadow 24/7. I'm doing this on purpose.
You're making it very uncomfortable for me here. At some point, I'm going to have to talk.
I know.
He's waiting.
We're not
He's,
cutting to commercials.
he's so anxious to get in.
Yes, I know.
I've been playing the same stuff I've been playing last week. GTA and
I saw you playing GTA, yeah.
Yeah. I unexpectedly got a new laptop.
Nice.
Nice,
Congratulations.
yes. Good.
And it was originally supposed to be my older brother's as a birthday present.
Oh.
Mom got the wrong one, so I'm like, I'll take it.
No, you don't need to return it.
Yeah, it's
Let me
it's a
take it off your
Chromebook.
hands.
Did you got it
Nice.
from that glitch website?
no,
The
from
glitch group
Amazon.
from Facebook?
No,
She got us all into it. Now I can't. I keep checking that.
Who? Jackie?
Yeah, for the glitch Facebook group.
so it's a Chromebook. It's nice. It's light. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so it's meaty. Yeah, for a Chromebook, shoot.
Yeah, I love it so far. I'm still getting used to it because it's just.
Yeah, there's no Windows. There's
Well,
no.
I know that, but it's just so little and really fast.
That's
Startup
good.
time, great. And also, plus the laptop you gave me, the battery blew out.
Did it blow out? Oh.
Yeah.
Like literally?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like in order for me to
Smoke and everything?
no.
Oh.
But for me
wait.
to,
What? What happened?
the
gave her-
battery gave out.
Yeah, I gave her my laptop. Remember the old laptop?
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
one I had before this one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gave it to her.
Yeah, so I was
I'm sorry.
tired of just keeping it plugged in and then actually because if
You
I
almost
accidentally
killed her.
unplugged it, if I accidentally unplug it, it'll turn off, and I was getting tired of that, so I took this one.
What am I supposed to say? I mean, it looks like Samsung made the battery, but whatever.
Well, it's old.
Yeah, it is.
somewhat.
It was pretty
So
old,
it's really nice. I like it. It's
but good.
really kind of
Oh,
getting
man.
used to the Google Docs and all the Google stuff on it.
I'm the only one without a laptop now. I don't have to bring something up here.
I mean,
Yeah.
you have your phone. That's kind of like a laptop.
my
as it
words.
is.
Sure. If I
By next week, he's going to have a laptop.
exactly.
And,
Look at my big laptop. Look at that.
he
Look
brings
at them
his,
graphics.
he brings his desktop over instead.
It has a GTA 1080
You'll be like, how the hell you fit in there? Because I can
because
do
I
this.
can do this. Yes.
And as of yesterday, with some of the people that I play online with, we started a D&D group.
Oh,
shoots and ladders, really?
Okay.
We're
Very
in the
cool.
works right now, creating our characters, getting.
See, we were talking about that just
We
now.
were, yeah.
We were wondering, like before you came in, we were wondering, man, why are we not playing? What's the name? What's the game?
Magic the Gathering.
Why are we not playing Magic the Gathering?
Oh my
We're
God.
nerds. We should be playing this.
I
I probably admitted that on the podcast. I'm gonna have to edit that part then.
No, no.
I used
I'm sure
to
they
play
know.
Magic
I
the
never
Gathering.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
used
see,
to.
why is it not happening? Why are we not? Okay, we're gonna fix this.
The
by next
reason
episode.
why we haven't, because one, money. Those cards are expensive.
Those cards are expensive. Yeah.
Are they?
and
Oh, I didn't know.
and well, because it adds up over time,
Mm-hmm.
so it gets pretty expensive doing that. Because I used to do that a lot when I was younger with Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, occasionally Pokemon. So it was a lot of money being put into it.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Because
That's a lot of cards.
your binders, your card sleeves, cards, tournaments if you want to, like it adds up.
Didn't add some.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're in the process of making our characters. And also we have some noobs coming in, so we're teaching them the ropes.
The noobs.
Should we go? Should we join this? This is.
I don't know.
Awesome, man.
Sounds
Because
interesting.
you would think, how can you do D&D online? You'd be very surprised. How
Oh,
it
I'm
works.
sure.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
oh, yeah.
I'm positive of that. Yeah.
If anybody in the group have experience, I mean, share your experience definitely. I was telling Arnaldo that I played D&D just one day, and I was in 5th grade, I think. That's that. I
Did you
had never
enjoy
played
it?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
I love the idea. It was silly.
So
but
wait a
it
minute.
was-
Just out of curiosity, why did you never play it again?
But all right, so
They
the
never
guys
invited
that
you
were
back,
they
did
never
they?
invited. Yeah, exactly. The guys were
Just like,
a
he's
little
too
bit
obnoxious.
way too hardcore
Oh,
into
really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, listen, guys, I have a life, which I didn't, but I was trying
fifth grade,
to.
you're just
Pretending.
like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like you guys are too weird. Sorry.
I was like, no, they commanded a commitment of playing
Oh wow.
that was honestly gonna eat away into my homework time. It's like,
Fair
I
enough.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
There's school. I gotta go to school. Hello.
Exactly.
My name is Peter Parker. I can't be a hero all the time.
Exactly.
you doing homework? What? Who does homework?
Well, back in the days, about 30 years ago.
Wow.
So mine so far is a dragonborn barbarian.
Oh, shoot. What's his name or her name?
Baxter Twinkletoes Eden. Yes.
See, you fucked it up right there now.
Yep.
I was
why
with you
not?
on the Twinkle Toes.
Hey,
It's
does
like,
he dance?
I haven't had a backstory yet.
Oh.
I'm still working on it, but
I
there'll
think
be a
dance is
reason.
involved.
There'll be a reason why that nickname's
Some
there.
sort of theater is involved.
Trust me, the intro for the next podcast, so the next episode of the podcast is going to be the story, the backstory of this so-called Dragonborn.
So
Twinkle
that's what
toes.
I've been doing.
Awesome. All right, so let's go into a break. No, no, I'm kidding. Talk to me, sir. Talk to me.
I got the mic,
don't
and nobody
put-
can take it away from me.
Don't put Dream Twist in the corner.
No, you can't stop the signal. So, I have been playing Nier
Nice.
and Nier Automata. I beat it. Or
Oh, you did? Oh.
So I
What?
think I did. I did.
Possibly.
Well, the thing is, the game is great. As I've been preaching for quite some time already. It is not that long, or I should say, it doesn't look like it is. I must have spent probably like 24 hours on it before, by the time I hit the end, or what I thought was going to be the end. And this is not really a spoiler, because honestly, if you're expecting to just finish the game on, just see the first credits roll and stop playing it, you're not playing the game right. It's not meant to be that way. You're gonna get a very small fraction of story, which I don't know how I feel about that. Because there's a lot of things that are happening. There's, these androids that have been built by humans to try to fix the problems that are happening on Earth, which has been it's completely overrun by robots. They're the androids and the robots.
yeah.
The robots are the ones that look like wind-up toys, basically. And
the androids.
the
actual android.
well, they look like the Android logos, but then what they call in the game androids look like humans. So, and then the humans, you don't get to see or maybe you do. I don't know. The thing is, because you don't know, I mean, they all look like humans, or at least all the androids. So sometimes it's hard to comprehend what is what. I know they're always like, glory to mankind, and like this and that, like they're like protecting them. But you don't get the whole story of it. There's a lot that you don't get by the time you reach the ending, but it doesn't really bother you because you get a decent ending. And then it goes into what I will call a new game plus, except that things change. And the interesting thing is going to the things that you have done, not all of them, because again, some things are branching out. There's some different missions. There's some things that you get to tackle like completely different and find a different backstory of what's happening, that makes you want to continue, makes you not care too much the fact that you are basically replaying some sections and hey, now you're a little overpowered. So things are easier, but at the same time, things are faster. So chances are that maybe you finish it and you get a third time.
Have you played it? Have you played it to completion more than once, or
no? I'm playing towards the second completion.
The second completion. Does it feel easier?
It does feel easier.
Okay.
It feels,
but it's probably on purpose.
It's probably on purpose. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, oh man, now I'm kind of overpowered for all this.
I think they do that because remember all those endings? They make you do the new plus so you can
get through it quicker.
Well, even I feel like maybe some of those endings are kind of deceiving because the thing is, you start the second playthrough, and then if you take a wrong turn, if you go as much as just take a wrong turn on the very beginning, you don't have to worry about this later on, but at the very beginning, if you take a wrong turn, it automatically gives you an ending. I was like, not even 2 minutes after I took control of my character, and I just went the wrong way, and suddenly super fast credit rolls, and that's an ending. I'm like, no, it's not. And it happened twice. So apparently I have 3 endings unlocked.
Technically, yeah. Okay.
Technically, yeah.
So it's like a what if kind of ending.
Yeah, exactly. Which I appreciate because I do like the what if scenarios a lot. I just don't care about the lazy ones, the lazy ways.
I think it's also faster so you can maybe enjoy the story more.
I think so,
If you didn't catch anything from the first time.
Quite honestly, the things that I'm getting that I pay more attention right now is precisely those bits of story that I didn't get the first time. Then now I'm getting them in a different sense, and you're like, whoa! Like,
sorry about that.
The silly thing is that this characters, this robots that I told you, they look like Wanda toys. Mm-hmm. However, some of them have dialogue, and even in their robotic sound, voice. They portray so much emotion that you start taking it seriously. You're taking it back. Some of them are like, they'll be like, for example, like, oh, why you keep doing this to us? You monster! You killed my brother, or something like that. And but they portray so much emotion that you can't believe that like you want to know how is this possible? How is that these things that look completely mechanical have such deep feeling? They have families and stuff. It's like crazy.
I'm having my mind is starting to work on this, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if they're going to. Like, I'm trying to figure out here. I'm going to have to play this game because I'm trying to figure out. It's like, I wonder if they're leading to something here in the story.
I'm thinking everybody. The reason I keep going because I gotta admit it's starting. Even though I'm going through stuff faster, because I've gone through it already. I could play for like an hour maybe and be like, okay, I'm done for now because I already. I kind of beat this area already. So I'm not as engaged as the first time, but I still want to complete it because everybody says, "Oh no, this is one of those games where, the ending or the true ending or whatever they want to call it is like, okay, this is legit. Mm-hmm. This is something interesting.
Which is what I've heard too. Yeah,
something that you will keep. So,
correct. Yeah.
So yeah, I would mostly playing that. And then I've been watching more. The game. I keep forgetting the name. Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Watching more. I think I'm about to hit the middle portion or close to the end of season 3.
Nice. You're burning along. Nice.
Yeah. we've talked about this before. You need to watch this series.
Yeah.
Period. All right, and that's all I've been doing. Oh wait, yeah. So I remember now. I watched the Spider-Man.
I was gonna say, I'm like, he's kind of leaving
Peter.
something out right now.
I watched the
going on?
Spider-Man. Now, of course, people are gonna
Yeah, what
accuse
is
me.
your take on it?
People are gonna accuse me of being the contrarian and they're the party pooper or whatever you want to call me. It's fine. I saw the thing that I saw on the trailer when I saw the trailer, and the movie that I got was like completely different from what I was expecting. And you mentioned the expectations could ruin a movie. Well, I think that's what happened here. They kind of ruined it for me because I went up fully expecting. First of all, I should clarify. This is not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's bad. All right. Even I cataloged. I gave it a score of 6 out of 10, which is not. It's not a terrible
Still
score.
pretty
It's
good.
okay. You know, in the
If we go by
IGN,
the okay,
it's okay. You know, I see movies that have entertained me more, and I was a little bored on this one. So anyway, expectations. So I went into the movie thinking, I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh, well, this is your fault," and yada yada, and that's fine. I accept it. This is me. This is my opinion. Fully expecting it to be one of the AAA heroes. You know, one of the tier 1 heroes. You got Batman. You got Superman. Out of left field, I saw Wonder Woman, and dude, that movie was amazing. I liked him. My opinion, I love that movie. And then Captain America Winter Soldier was one that put Captain America like right on the spot, like, oh shit, no, this is these are the tier 1 heroes, Iron Man. So because Spider-Man is Spider-Man and it's a sole property, you know, I was thinking, well, okay, so this is going to be, even though I know he's a kid and all that, but it's gonna bring that level of emotion, of excitement to it. And no, it never got to there. You know, obviously, there's a lot of things where I can't go into detail because it was spoiling the movies. But to me, there were some points where it was like, oh, really? Like, this is happening? Really? Like, it was. And for those who have seen it, you could probably imagine. But I'm not gonna lead too much into it. I thought the effects were great. I didn't feel the Michael Keaton as much as you did as a villain. Mm-hmm. I thought he was, a little weak, his intentions. And you said, well, how did you say it? It was his level, like he's not going to be a super. He's not Darkseid or
exactly.
he's not
Darkseid.
Yeah,
a 15-year-old Spider-Man has to have especially his first major has to be
that level
a level of close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously, and if you've seen the movie, you'll see that he's still pretty much a formidable
opponent. Yeah,
he's a villain. And he clearly puts this guy through the ringer, Spider-Man through the ringer.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the end, when you look at it compared to the other villains and the other movies, no, the other villains will stomp him. Like
exactly. He'll be
correct. But he's the perfect villain for this Spider-Man.
You know
what I mean? And
the tutorial villain. The villain on stage 1.
Yeah,
which is fine. See, I wasn't going with that expectation, and unfortunately, it caused me to have. It caused me to have. I saw. I don't want to call it like that. I saw a very expensive Rackbox movie, basically. And,
to be fair, you spent a lot at the movies.
Oh yeah, no. To be fair, I went all out. I went on the XL movie theater.
Oh my god!
But I'm not rating it because of that. I'm not rating it because of the amount I spent. I'm sure. If I would have seen it at the house, I would have been like, okay, this was
the same thing. Yeah.
This was, it was a good movie.
Your own home theater.
yeah,
exactly.
Theater
in your own home.
So it's hard for me to go into the reasons why I didn't care as much as you guys on it without spoiling anything. So I'm not gonna. You guys formulate your own opinions. A lot of people love this movie.
Yeah, I'd love to. We should start a thread on that.
I have
we had one going, but No, we should start an actual thread on a review, like a spoiler thread.
Well, this is the only issue. Like I had no problem until people started telling me, well, you, because I say the first thing I put it was like, well, I heard, Wonder Woman was excellent, so let's see about this one. I was excited. I even had my wife like all psyched up about it. I was like, no, babe, this is real. The reviews are amazing on this one. You're gonna really like it. I know the other movies were bullshit. You're gonna, this one looks like amazing. And now people are telling me, well, you can't compare it with Wonder Woman. And I'm like, well, hold on. Why can't I? I'm not trying to go into the intricacies of why, Wonder Woman is a goddess. And this guy, he's a 15-year-old kid, and he's in school, and therefore I should not compare the two. I'm not, and the stakes are different. I'm not going into that.
You're looking at it.
I'm not a comics. I'm not a super. That's another thing. I'm not a super comic, fan. So I'm looking at it as a hero movie, and as a hero movie, I've seen better.
Superhero movie and summer blockbuster.
Exactly. As a summer blockbuster. This one to me, it's a rental. It is nothing that you need to definitely go into the movie. I mean, but most people loved it to the point of like, oh yeah, I can't wait until it comes out. I'm going to own that. I'm going to see it again. I think you said it. I think my stand is very aligned, at least with yours, in the sense of, well, I mean, you thought it was better. Obviously, you gave it a much higher score than I did, but you're still thinking the other Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie was better, and I have to agree with that. I also think, even though I didn't like that series after that, later on what they became,
obviously,
really
I did like that, and I also liked
Amazing Spider-Man?
Doctor Strange as what I would consider personally. Again, comic fans, don't destroy me. What I would consider a second-tier superhero.
I would consider the same.
Maybe second, third, second.
No,
maybe
I would
second?
say he'd be second.
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, that I would consider that movie much entertaining and better than what I saw in Spider-Man.
Especially the way the scenes were.
Yeah.
All Inception like.
Yeah, it was very Inception.
Yeah, it was very Inception. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that, and I want to like this. Maybe at some point we can have like a little discussion, like a little tiny spoiler cast. Yeah, because there's something also about his suit that I was like, no, man, no. This is not. This is the artificially flavored Spider-Man. This is not the natural 100% citrus.
So it was like the Amazing Spider-Man TV show.
Was it?
I've never seen the TV show. So.
I would think. I mean, I'm excited. Believe it or not, I'm excited to see what he brings. When
the character grows.
Yeah, when the characters grow, he is a good Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Yes,
absolutely.
So,
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's all. See, it wasn't hard.
I know. I was just messing with you, bro.
Well,
I am curious about one thing.
Yeah.
What would you give Wonder Woman as a movie, like a score? If you had to give it
Wonder
a score.
Woman was very high for me. I will give it an 8.5.
I was about to say, don't do the 10-10. No, I'm pretty sure there are probably some flaws.
No, I don't.
Here and there.
No. I can't.
Yeah,
wow,
there was I would give it a 7.
You would give it a 7?
I would give it a 7, yeah.
A Wonder Woman?
A Wonder Woman, yes.
Of course.
Yeah, there is no
Because
such...
she's a woman.
No.
She's a wonder.
Actually,
you're racist against wonders.
She was the best part of the film. Believe me. The best part of the film.
A 7?
A 7, yeah. I'd give it a 7, yeah.
I'm going to respect that if I want to respect
There is no movie that's
no.
100% 10-10.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
There was a little movie called Iron Man 1.
Oh.
That was...
I was going to go, there's a little movie called Godfather 2, but whatever.
Godfather 2. Okay.
Whatever. All right, guys, we're going to go right into some news. Not much news.
Yeah, I was going to say, what news?
Yeah, there's not much going on in the world, believe it
In
or
the
not.
news, there are no news.
Yes, something about collusion with Russians.
This
but
just
that's all
in.
right.
We got no news today. On to the hot topic.
On to the hot topic?
Yes.
No, I do want to bring up at least this one I want to bring up. So there's going to be a new on-demand subscription-based video game service called Jump, and it's preparing to launch, offering an initial library of 60 to 100 indie games. All indie games.
What?
Yes. Playable for a flat monthly fee of $9.99.
Whoa, that's not
actually
bad.
not
Yes.
bad, considering that indie games can go from $14 up to like 20.
20, 25
30,
bucks, yeah,
yeah.
30. After a closed beta period, I'm reading this from IGN, by the way, guys. An article on IGN for a subscription-based service called Jump. After the closed beta, which is running from right now to July 24th, with a sample of 10 to 20 games, the full service would offer unlimited ad-free playtime for its quote-unquote highly curated library, with about 10 new games added each month for Windows, Mac, Linux, HTC Vive, and Oculus Rift.
So we're going to play Limbo again, and
That's the concern. I mean, the good part is that this is, first off, it's going to be indie based.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to be all these little titles, and there's a lot. Let's be real, there's a lot of them out there. The point of what what the person is trying to do is they're all about, because the main concern about this is revenue. It's like, how do we assure we make games or make money from this game on this service when the biggest time that they make money, what is the beginning when they first release, and then those Steam sales. Apparently, they make a shitload of money in Steam sales or sales in general.
but considering how much, I mean, how little, how fire sale they have to give it.
Correct.
$3 for almost like $20 game.
title,
It's kind of-
exactly. So what this is, and they specifically said, we're not trying. This is like when you've exhausted all other avenues of revenue. Bring it to us, and we'll put it here. This will be good for some of those games that got lost. You know what I mean? In the shuffle with a lot of
Super Meat Boy.
Did it get lost? I thought it was well received.
No. It got well
It was
received, but you don't
also-
hear about it now. I thought you meant like, oh, he had his time, but now you don't hear about it a lot.
Correct.
I
Right. So
think
they may
because,
bring something like that back.
Binding of Isaac has been overthrowing it.
Well, yeah. But the point is that these will be like older titles that it's going to be older titles, but it's okay because it's a service that you can go at any $9.99. That's not bad. This is a quote from the guy. He's trying to do a Netflix / Spotify style of service for these indie games.
And these are PC platforms?
PC, everything I said. Yeah, Windows, Mac, Linux, HTC Vive, and Oculus Rift. So that'll probably be what do you call this?
Well, we are.
VR. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. My bad. Says we want to make this. We want this to be the next logical step in the life cycle of the content, and we do not want to cannibalize the premium sales. That's what they're saying. When they bring it to us, it's when you've got nothing else coming out of that.
They probably won't see Rocket League.
Correct.
For
Right,
now.
That game is blowing up for games. So basically, they're saying that our goal is to extend revenue for them, not take away from it. So they're like, take it to Steam, make the money there, get on that first sale or whatever sale that you're able to get into. When you start realizing, that you're not making it, bring it to us. And if it says highly curated, and I'm curious to see what that is. Let's be real. You can have a shitload of games suddenly be available here and it just be lost in the mix. The way that they would make money is, I think it's either 25 or 50 cents for every hour played. That the developer would make. So it's an interesting thing. That's why I wanted to bring it up. One, because I love indies, and I was like,
I think
oh man.
especially since the minute somebody starts an indie game, they will start it from start to finish
Possibly.
in one
Yes, it's
sitting.
possible.
They usually sit down and
So
play.
25 cents a minute or an hour?
An hour.
An hour? That'd be not bad considering,
Yeah, I mean, if you have 500 people doing this, then you got yourself some. Again, this is the last line of revenue for them.
A much better way than just giving it away on a Steam sale.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. So that's I wanted to bring that up because that I found that pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially on a Steam sale, you're not really making that much money from it.
No, I mean, you're making money of selling the volume, but then now you have saturated the market and
At $3 a pop, as
at
opposed
$3
to
exactly. Or you'll have people that be like, oh no, I'm not gonna buy it now that you release it. I'm just gonna wait for it on the Steam sale.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly.
So who is excited about Gran Turismo?
GT, baby.
YT, baby. Yes. So
I'm so excited to get my license again.
I really hope they
License
do
to
away
crash.
with that. I really hope they do away with the licensing requirements and all that crap. Because boy, that was terrible. But what I love about that series was the sheer amount of cars that they will bring, that they will put. Now they can't rely on just that, because that was the thing of them, right? Back in the day, it was just
A sim.
they have 250 cars. All licensed cars. Now, like every, in the Project Cars, I think that started like an indie, as an indie title.
Is that
right?
an indie I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I could be talking about my ass. Anyway, they were supposed to come in. This game was supposed to come in last November, and of course they didn't meet the deadline. They released a beta, and it wasn't looking very good. I mean, it looked fine, but past Forza
Horizon,
even regular Forza world, it was not looking up to par. So they went back, they delayed
How
it.
was it mechanically?
I guess
Good, subpar,
I don't remember. I think it was just a matter of like the feel, the feel of it. It was not it was not as good, because the thing is, Gran Turismo has always tried to be a simulation game. Very hardcore simulation. Forza also does simulation. The only thing is that they know how to make the simulation portion a little bit more fun. I don't know what they did. A little bit more fluid. Yeah, exactly. Gran Turismo, the problem that you had, especially with 4, which was the last, or 5. Wait, 4. It was the last one that I played, I think, and then I stopped. Was the fact that you go into a menu, just to change menus, you had loading screens. It was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, back in the PS3 era.
Yeah.
So it was
That
like
damn cell processing.
Sunday driving, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah. So, but the good thing is that they went. I mean, they got the feedback. They went back. Apparently, it's looking pretty good right now. And now we have a proper date of release, which is gonna be this year, October 18.
Awesome.
I think so too.
That's like a.
That's a major fall title for Sony. That's what they need.
I like, exactly. I like racing games.
Wait, didn't you say it was coming out in November? So
No, it was supposed to come in November last year, 2016, and then it got pushed to October.
To October
this year.
this year.
okay, just making sure, because I thought you said like November this year. I'm like, wait, so it got pushed earlier?
Yeah, no.
I was confused for a second. That's why.
So I like racing. I like racing games, and just yesterday, actually, forgot to mention, I put a couple hours into Wipeout the Collectors.
Edition.
Yeah, no, not the Collectors. It has a name anyway.
The Omega.
The Omega Collection. Thank you. And I was having a blast with it. So to see, and Sony needs to get back into this, because to lose,
They've lost it. Let's be real.
pun
They lost
intended,
it,
the
yeah.
race
Yeah, they
to
have.
Forza. It was kind of ridiculous when you came out first with this.
Also,
with this
I don't
idea.
think. Yeah, they don't. Sony doesn't have a lot of racing games.
Not anymore.
No, not
they
anymore.
lost Motorstorm because
Yes.
they closed the company down.
Yeah.
Drive Club.
Drive Club
because
was
same company
a
who did
disaster.
Motorstorm. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
So we need that racing.
we need a good Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 6, don't get me wrong, Gran Turismo 6 was not bad. I kept wishing that game was released on PS4, because the game came out right after the PS4 was already out in the market. So it was like, well, then what's the point? You could have had you could have opened this console with a Gran Turismo title that was great, but
yeah,
they
but I
didn't.
think they probably wouldn't have showcased what they wanted it to showcase.
Yeah,
That's right.
perhaps.
wasn't
Yeah,
really
you're not wrong.
good
You're
at
not
the
wrong,
time.
because it's different, a different architecture altogether.
And
So
not to mention, the thing was started mid PlayStation 3. It just got released at the tail end.
see,
You know
that-
what I mean? So
exactly.
Now,
that would
now
really-
it's all polished, hopefully all running smoothly.
you remember on the PS3 era, they kept releasing the Gran Turismo Prologue.
The Prologue, oh,
and the
God,
Gran
yeah.
Turismo. Like, all that shit. No, we just release Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Come on. Just
Or
release
don't
the
do
title.
nothing. Yeah.
I think
Or
the
do
last
nothing.
time
Exactly.
I played Gran Turismo was like I think
PS2.
PS2?
PS2.
Yeah.
On
PS2 for me.
PS1. Did they ever have it on the Nintendo 64?
Gran
Gran
Turismo?
Turismo
No,
is
that's a Sony
That's a
product,
Sony
right?
product.
Right.
Yeah.
So around PlayStation 1 and 2.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
the last
yeah.
time.
So I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of a lot of racing games now. So how this one's gonna fare?
We'll see.
God only knows.
Good luck to them.
Yep.
Well, it's a classic too. So
Yeah.
Hopefully.
it's a classic title. So I know all of you have been on Netflix lately, and I'm pretty sure you've probably been noticing some shows being taken
Disappearing.
down, and that always happens. Yes, but
Or being
now,
canceled now.
Rogue One, it's on Netflix now, so I'm happy.
well, now a lot of Fox shows have been disappearing from Netflix lately.
I think.
Fox.
Yeah.
And
I think they're trying to do CBS.
Oh, they're gonna do their own app. Oh,
Could be.
yeah,
That's
this
what it sounds
is
like.
because they made an contract with Hulu.
Oh.
So all their
exclusivity.
shows are going to be on Hulu now, and I know a lot of people have been upset because Futurama was getting taken down season by season.
Mm-hmm.
So
Little bit by
you'll-
little bit, yep.
Yeah,
I
that
never
was
saw that.
aggravating. That was like butchering your favorite show. So now they're going to be exclusively streaming on Hulu, little by little,
wow.
and they've even taken their live action shows too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Little by little, yeah. That's a shame. That's a shame, yeah.
It
That's
is,
the problem
'cause
with these
I love
services.
Bob's Burgers and Futurama.
Bob's
They're
Burgers,
great.
that's true.
They're great shows.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob's Burgers is actually better than Family Guy.
Oh.
A lot better.
I never actually watched my burger. And I saw a lot of Family Guy. Family Guy just got old after a while for me. But,
Yeah.
I know.
but
No,
early on.
Wasn't that like
it
The
was freaking
Simpsons,
hilarious.
but in space?
Futurama?
No, Futurama.
was.
Futurama
Yeah.
was.
because
Okay.
it's made by the same people
Yeah,
who
same.
did
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah, I could tell the same.
Same animation and everything,
yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well, that's a shame. It's a
it
shame.
is. So now you're gonna have to bootleg or get Hulu.
No, this show does not endorse bootlegging anything.
Hulu it is.
Hulu or bust.
So, there's a new league that's starting
Yes.
up.
A Rocket League?
Overwatch League.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
The World Cup did really well. I watched
It's still
a
on
bit of
now.
it.
It's actually,
Yeah.
it's
They're
today,
doing the other season
tomorrow.
now.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. But
It's crazy.
I found this interesting because I don't understand esports. You know,
I'm gonna edit that into I don't care about esports.
no. I want to. That's the whole thing. It's like this thing where like I want to get into it, but I just don't know how it can take off, right? And little by little, it looks like it's picking up. Let's be real.
Is it you don't like spectating?
It's not that. It's the spectating of certain things is difficult to do, especially when they pull away. It's like,
I
look,
think
dude,
it
I don't need to see you.
depends
I need
on
to see the
the-
gameplay.
The game, yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on the game too, because I know the World Cup did really well with camera and all that. They mostly kept it on.
No, correct. Well, I'm
Their
talking
games.
about. I'm talking about to the general populace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, yes. I'm not really the general public. I know what the hell is going on in Overwatch. But let's be real. There's a lot going on in Overwatch, even though it's simplistic. So how does the rest of the world?
There's a lot of high level play. Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
that.
So how does the rest of the world jump on to liking this? Well, the Overwatch League gets city-based teams. Oh yes, which is interesting to me because I'm like, okay,
So that means if you're good enough, you might get on one of them.
well, yeah, that's
You
true.
might get on one
Yeah, I was
of
gonna say, you
them.
might get
I
on
was
one.
thinking on you.
Definitely not.
I'm gonna sponsor you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Doing
Did
it.
you sponsor you?
Mind you, most of the leagues are all PC too.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure it is. So basically, what's happening is that you have right now 7 cities so far. We'll see what happens with this, but 7 cities so far. You have Robert Kraft, which is the owner of the New England Patriots. By the way,
Oh my god! Oh,
He has
I was gonna make a joke about the Patriots. I was just waiting for the right moment to just jump in the
Yes.
Patriots there.
He couldn't do it now.
I can't
I'm
do it
sorry,
now.
sir. I'm sorry.
I've been intercepted.
well, your guy's a gamer now.
He has got a team going in. Agreed to have a team going in Boston.
Hilarious.
A New York team, of course.
What are they called? Deflators?
Probably.
They should.
No. I think it's called
I-
Craft Group or something like that.
I think
don't
the
know what-
best one would be the throwers.
The what?
The throwers.
The throwers.
Throwers? Oh, okay.
Because they threw the game.
Yeah.
So then you have the Mets. The COO of the Mets has a New York team going that he is sponsoring.
Hilarious.
You've got a team in Los Angeles called the Immortals. A team here in Florida. Now the funny thing is, for whatever reason, it says Miami/Orlando. So either it's going to be both, or they haven't decided yet where it's going to
I
go.
think it maybe be players from both parts.
Perhaps it could be that too.
The Kissimmee.
The Kissimmee, yeah. And then the other two cities are not even in the United States. They're in Shanghai and they're in Seoul.
Nice.
I'm not surprised there.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I'm surprised there's not more of them.
And they're always going to win. Let's face it. Let's be real.
Yes. Fun fact: when I went to
Them
Phoenix,
aimbots.
there was this girl who sat in front of me in the airplane who had an Overwatch shirt, okay, and she was Asian. And it was like a 3-4 hour flight. At least 2.5 to 3 of those hours, she was on her phone, nothing but watching Overwatch videos.
There you go.
Just back to back to back.
That's
I was like,
they
holy
train
crap.
him young. They train him,
I wouldn't be surprised if I see her on the. She came from Florida.
Can
She
I
came-
have your autograph? Yes, you'll be representing the Florida team.
Hey,
yes.
that's fine with me. So yeah, so I guess the reason I bring it up because I'm interested. It becomes one of those things where when you have a city who can support the team because it's the New York techies or whatever it is. You know, it's the Florida or Miami. WASDAs or and it's some weird shit. Whatever.
Like WASD.
Whatever.
You're such not a PC gamer. aren't you?
Honestly, I would.
You're such not
You know
a
what?
PC
I
gamer.
would love to have a team named like that. The WASDas.
So forget it.
The WAS.
I'm renaming the group. That's what I'm doing.
What I'm saying is that when you have a city to support you, that can obviously open it up to that bigger market. And I'm curious to see if it takes off.
You know, though, I'm glad that esports is being a big thing because remember how people always talk bad about gaming?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now look.
It's like it's
do.
all happening. Yeah.
But you know what? Now look that you got esports, and I think if I remember correctly, they were going to try
It's on
and
ESPN too. So.
Yeah.
do esports like in school instead of PE, like give it as a PE credit.
Oh wow.
If I remember, I don't know when it would be going, but like that.
I'm sure there's legislation behind that going. Nah, we're not gonna do that.
I don't know.
But yeah, it could
Well,
be.
there is a
idea's out there,
university
yeah. Mhm.
offering a college course in Overwatch.
Oh really?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Okay.
I forgot. At one point, we were going to talk about that. I was going to bring that in the news, and then we decided to
It's
start.
funny
cutting
because
the
there's so many different possibilities and formations and combinations in the game.
See, that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
love
Yeah,
to
that's
see
what I'm
what they
saying.
would
Yeah,
do.
That's
you could
a
get a scholarship on that, especially now that it's going nationals.
is.
The Overwatch nationals. No, dude, you know which scene has always got me impressed that is that level of crazy is the Korean esport scene.
Mm-hmm.
Is insane.
Oh,
like you know how in America we have football,
Mm-hmm.
and on cities on South America we and the Caribbean we have soccer, and most parts of the country, actually most parts of the world. But in Korea, it's everything about esports, everything. And I think it's because they came in late.
League of Legends or
Well, it
I
used to be
think usually-
StarCraft. Now it's League of
StarCraft,
Legends,
yeah.
but
Right.
still, but it's still StarCraft. It's still. I mean, I'm talking about filling stadiums as big as football stadiums.
Super Bowl and all that. Yeah.
Yes, to crazy level. I'm talking about shows, beverages,
the whole shebang.
the whole shebang, everything related to gaming, and it blows my mind. And
Remember, all that whole area is all about gaming.
well, and it's I was gonna say that it's probably because the internet infrastructure came in a little later,
For them,
and
yeah.
for them, but because it came out a little later, it came out a little bit more advanced. So suddenly everybody was able to take access of faster internet and all that jazz.
All they do is game.
All they do is game. Yeah.
They still
Them
do that, the DDR.
Yeah. So that's impressive. Speaking of wonders,
Segway.
you know if you announce the west Segway, then it doesn't become a
I
waste. You're
like it.
destroying it.
Dave Way.
Damn it. So Wonder Woman was one of my favorite hero movies. Was never meant to have, or they weren't planning a sequel, let's say. Well, after the success of this one, you better believe your ass, they are now.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's expecting, a Wonder Woman. Now is going to bring it to the current, right? Because that's what happened with Captain America, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So according to Screen Rant, it is rumored that the sequel will be set on the 1980s. And it will send. No, how awesome does that sound?
I'm just picturing her with big hair now. Oh my God. Wonder Woman
is sending Diana against the forces of the Soviet Union in the closing days of the Cold War.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice,
yes.
nice.
While DC has not commented on this, sources have confirmed the story. So now we don't know about who will be the director for that. There's been some confusion about whether the director Patty Jenkins will return for it.
She better.
I know she better.
Yeah, she
definitely
better,
better. She apparently recently because she spoke recently about plans for the sequel. So a lot of people thought, okay, well this is it. So she had to later clarify that no, she was just talking about ideas and hope, but
Spitballing.
yeah, spitballing.
Because I don't think she expected to really do a sequel, but because of how much money they got,
Yeah, now she's
They're
like,
just like-
oh, guess what? It's the easiest jump they can make.
Oh, hell yeah.
Exactly,
Ooh,
exactly.
it's a given.
Today, this film has made over 368.4 million on the U.S. box office, beating last year's Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, which is not surprising, which grossed 330.3 million.
Yes, and $10 of those I'm never gonna get back.
I'm never gonna get my
Never gonna get
$10 that I
$10
spend on it. So yeah.
That's what.
so let's talk about a little football head.
Football head.
Okay, I'm going now.
This is a Hey Arnold, a show from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I watched as a kid.
Hey Arnold. Isn't that how it goes?
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, a little surprising. So, after 13 years of the finale, which it came out in 2004, the finale, they're coming out with a TV movie called Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie.
The Jungle.
Yes.
Oh.
So, it's coming out. It's going to be like a year or two after the series finale. And they're going to, gradually go from the little suburbs, city area to the jungle in South America.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, in a little country made up country called San Lorenzo.
Okay.
And it's going to answer a lot of questions all of fans have. Majority being whose Arnold's parents are and what happened to them.
Oh, okay.
And it's coming out.
It's strange that they've decided to do this after.
Yeah,
so many years,
I think it's because of the whole rush of 90s classics
Coming
coming
back?
movies.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
I guess
coming
it makes
out
sense.
November 23rd.
Oh, they have a date already.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
I mean,
Wow.
I kind of want to see it because updated 90s into high def.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, I can agree. Well, we'll see if that ends up being the answer everybody needs. My final piece of news: Super Hot and Super Hot VR is coming to PS4 next week. Oh yeah, another game that I have to look into now.
What?
Super Hot and Super Hot VR
I'm
releases.
surprised you're not playing it now on your PC. Well, laptop.
You stopped in at PC.
Yeah, so after that, I know
I'm sure you can use a controller for it.
I'm sure I
You can,
could too,
yeah.
but no. No, it comes out July 19th to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR, of course, respectively. In Europe, July 19th. July 21st, North America. You played it before. You told me it was pretty good stuff. So I might
It was
look
pretty
into
good. Unfortunately, I had to drop it because I knew that I had a backlog on it, and I wanted to play it. I wanted to dedicate. It was not a game that I wanted to drop because even though it was almost played like a puzzler when you think about it, you have to strategize your moves. It also had a backstory. There was something happening in the backstory, which was really interesting, and I wouldn't want to mess that up.
Really? I didn't know there was a story at all. I thought
Apparently,
it was all,
apparently
challenge levels.
There
and shit.
is Yeah, because when you start, when you start the game, you're just in front of your computer. It's a PC, and you're just giving. Actually, it has a DOS prompt, kind of like hackers are supposed to be there. Anyway, you're supposed to be given this. Hey, you should try this game out. I hacked it from this computer, whatever you should, and then you go on it, and that's when the whole thing transports you to the super hot world.
So.
But in the meantime, things are happening in the background. And every now and then you log off the computer and you have a chat. And it's funny because it's one of those games where it gives you a chat prompt and then you're supposed to respond. And you want to respond with something, but it doesn't matter which keyword which key button you press, it'll type in the sentence that it wants to say.
Meant to say, yeah.
That is meant to say.
So
yeah,
it's story-based. It is story-based.
But it's kind of cool because
So
it makes you feel
from
like a
what I
hacker.
heard, though, it's a short game, though.
It's a short game, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little pricey was, but yeah.
That's awesome.
So, honestly, there's not much to say. I just want to remind people, as they needed to be, that the Destiny 2 beta is happening soon, and if you haven't,
Are we going to do it?
I'm doing it.
Are we going to stream it?
We can try.
Are we allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would think.
I mean, if it's
I
an
would-
open beta,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's an open beta.
Yeah. We did it with the first one. Yeah, so why not? So it's not a huge file. It's like 12. It's like 1. It's like 12.5 gigabytes.
Okay.
All you gotta do is pre-order it, and I would suggest if you
I'm just
want
going
the
to wait
code.
to the 21st.
Well, until the 21st, then.
That's open beta.
But how are you gonna play if you don't have the code? You need a code.
Open beta.
it's an open beta.
Oh, they all for the beta. You're not gonna play the closed beta. Okay, got you. Okay, well, yeah. Well, good luck with that. I'm going to pre-order this game because I know I'm gonna end up getting it. It's Destiny 2. For crying out loud, come on, it's gonna happen. It's just go to Amazon, pre-order it. Don't cancel your pre-order. Just play the beta first, and then if you think you like it, just go for it. And if not, then
We have until September.
move on. Yeah, exactly. You have to September to decide. But preloads are happening already, and people in the group have been posting
Armando,
screenshots of the title screen.
Yeah, because it doesn't come out until next week.
The
But
title-
let's show the title screen anyway.
Well, you wouldn't. I mean, I understand their point of view. They're super excited for
I
it.
know,
So
I know. I'm just
they're
making
showing-
jokes.
They're showing
I saw.
it's so white. It's so clear. It's such a bleached.
It's so
title screen.
It's so clean slate.
I bet it has awesome music.
I bet you too.
Oh, yeah.
Like because I have the collection and Rise of Iron.
Rise
The
of
best
Iron,
part of
yes.
it was the music.
The music was great.
Oh my god!
Yeah. That composer is amazing. I forgot his
made-
name.
It made feeling what you were doing amazing.
July 18 is the PlayStation for PlayStation 4 pre-order participants. July 19 for Xbox pre-order participants. July 21st is the open beta for Shadow. And PC
Not until later.
not until later.
Next
if you
year.
get it.
Next year, next time.
Next year. So I got a little something new. City of Brass is the latest project from Uppercut Games, which is a studio
I heard about them.
composed of a team of ex-Bioshock developers.
Oh, that's probably why.
Ooh, okay. Uppercut Games?
And his ears just perked up.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like,
They
I'm
did.
interested. It's a first-person roguelite adventure game
And he
And
lost
I've lost interest.
You lost him.
where you battle your way through an Arabian Nights-inspired city, where you find treasure, collecting weapons and armor, and interacting with the environment around you to stay alive.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at. It's got a little bit of Prince of Persia feel and look to, well, at least this screenshot.
The founder Ed Orman says that they're drawing inspiration from Bioshock games in mechanics, where they're developing a combinative approach to the game systems to encourage players to see how the systems interact with each other,
Oh, okay. So yeah, just like they did with
So-
the. I was gonna say Espers.
like
Well, that was
weapon
Bioshock
combinations.
Infinite. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, he shows a. So he's carrying a sword and a whip because
Whip it
Why
good.
not?
whip it good. Yeah.
The vendors in the game are genies that you encounter that can be friendly, or not. And they will barter for gear, upgrades, trade, secrets, unlocks, or
Okay.
protections in return for loot. So you give them loot, they give you whatever you want. But the levels in the game are generated.
That's where it loses me.
Yeah.
They're
That's where it loses.
procedurally generated
It's like,
with
oh, man.
traps and pitfalls, so no two playthroughs
Those
are the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of
whatever
like
happened
sandbox, endless.
Do you guys know whatever happened to We Happy Few?
Actually, I
Yes
believe it's
and
going
no.
to come out. There's still a date for it.
Because it was
let me see.
big, and then it plummeted.
Well,
very
when
fast.
when they released the beta, it kind of people were like, "Oh, so this is what the game is."
Because
Oh,
I think that was more. That felt more
It's
like
the-
I've seen it. That felt more like alpha than beta.
It was
Really.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very.
There was
early,
another
very
procedure
early.
generated world after you left the
Yeah,
part.
and like I said, it was like just now you lost me. It was that trailer that they showed was so freaking immersive, you know,
And
and I
then
was
you
like,
leave, it's
man.
like-
and then
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure there was a story behind it, but like from what I
There is,
saw,
yeah.
it just felt like you were just trying to survive and stay away from the townspeople. So that felt more like an alpha,
like a
than
survival
anything else.
horror, another
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and there was like I think a spot in the area where you can get through, but you have to do something first to get to it. And I never really saw anyone get through it. So who knows?
Who knows? All right, guys. So that's all the news we have. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, okay. So we're gonna go right into not the hot topic of the week.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah,
I thought we were having. Don't we have
What?
that thing where we're going to talk about Marvel?
we are. But
And
before we
Disney?
do that, I have a little game.
At least you said game this
for
time.
my two cohorts here.
Lay it on us.
Yes.
Oh no,
it's-
we're guinea pigs.
it's got basically here's the theme of the game.
We're all going to take out our spinners and spin and hear how fast and record it.
No, we're not
Oh,
gonna do
okay.
that.
All right.
Give me a control. That's my spinner.
So the game title that I've named it is Who is the Fake Villain? All right. So basically
man.
what I've done here is I've collected a buttload of villain names from comic books all over the world.
Damn it.
Okay. And I'm gonna put them
I
into
fold.
into a
Of course,
multi-
you picked both of us because we're clueless here.
Exactly.
I put it into a multiple choice, so it's a little easier. Okay, for you guys to determine, I'm going to give you a set of 4
Uh-huh.
names, and you have to determine which is the fake name, which is the villain that's not real.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Just by the
right.
name.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Are you taking notes?
I am going to tally
taking
this.
score.
I
Okay,
am going to tally this.
All right. Well, tally me banana. Let's go.
All right. So, first one. This is the first set of 4. You tell me which one is the fake villain. First one is The Horrible Hand, Mr. Knight, The Night Veil, The Werewolf.
Shit, this is hard. A fake villain.
Yes, one of those is fake.
What
Which
was-
one is fake?
What was B?
Yeah.
B is Mr. Knight, and that's like nighttime.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Mr. Knight. Yeah,
Okay, so
that
Mr.
sounds
Knight is fake.
ridiculous.
Okay.
Repeat
What do
them
you say?
again.
We got The Horrible Hand, Mr. Knight, The Night Veil, The Werewolf.
I think this would have been better if you just mentioned all the and we were really like real, fake, and then okay, no, it's fake. No, real, fake. Oh no, it's real.
She's like, just pick one.
It's not the SATs.
There's no money involved here.
I'm gonna go with the horrible hand.
The Horrible
The
Hand.
Horrible
Okay.
Hand. No.
Wrong on both of you.
Damn it.
The fake one is The Night Veil.
The Night Veil. Damn it, that's the one that sounded
You know what's
real.
funny is I was gonna choose that one.
The Horrible Hand actually is a real villain.
Oh yeah.
And so is Mr. Knight.
From
and so
who?
is
From
the
where?
werewolf. These are, dude, they can be either DC, Marvel,
Oh, we're
old
not saying-
comics.
okay,
This
we're
could
not-
be, we're talking old stuff. The Horrible Hand.
I need to fact check this.
You can if you like. I actually have a book.
Okay.
Here's what I did, by the way.
All right,
No fact checking.
Okay.
Later.
So what I did was I have a book of some really, really bad names. And then I had to go make fake names. And I realized I went into Google to go, let me see. I swear to you, 1 out of 2 times I'm going, fuck, that exists already. That's a real
That is
one.
real.
Wait,
So,
Damn it, Mr. Mop Hand does exist.
yes.
I know
unbelievable.
which books you're talking about.
Yes.
Is it the
That's
the,
right.
the,
Oh.
the horrible or the
The regrettable or
yeah,
something
the
like that.
regrettable superheroes,
Super villains, yeah.
Oh,
So-
now I'm at a disadvantage because I haven't heard of any of this.
Well, that depends if she studied it.
All right, well, we're tied to 0.
0-0. Number 2, The Dictator, The Wooden Boy, Splinter, Captain Law,
The Dictator,
The Wooden Boy,
the Wooden Boy.
Captain Law, and Splinter.
Captain Law has to be fake because he wouldn't be a villain. Captain Law will be a hero.
That's a good way of putting it.
Splinter.
Both wrong once
God.
again. The Wooden Boy is fake.
Ah, damn. No, wait. Pinocchio.
Yes,
But
he's not a villain.
evil.
Oh, he lied. He was a liar. He's a liar.
I guess
that
that's
makes it a villain in my book.
I guess that's.
But the problem is that his name is Pinocchio, not the Wooden Boy.
He was a Wooden Boy though. Okay. maybe in the reboot.
Yes. By the way, guys, if you listen to this, try to guess at home. You know what I mean? You play along and see if you can beat these guys.
Oh God.
So far, you probably have a lead. Number 3, The Tooth, Brick Bat, The Roach Wrangler, The Generic Man.
I know where you went with this. This is your train of thought. You went in with such high concept names to try to fool us that you couldn't decide what name to give the letter D. And you were like, oh man, something generic.
I'm
What the
pretty sure-
hell? Oh, wait. That's it.
yeah,
Generic man.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably pick that.
So generic man
The
is
Generic
the choice.
Man.
yeah.
What do you say? I'm going to read them again. The
Yeah.
Tooth, Brick Bat, The Roach Wrangler, The Generic Man.
I bet you it's something so simple. I will do the Roach Wrangler.
Both wrong.
Oh man, come on.
The Tooth.
Didn't I just say it was gonna be so simple?
The tooth.
The Tooth is not fake. There was a Brick Bat, there was a Roach Wrangler,
There's a generic man.
and there's and let me tell you, it's actually one of the funnier villains, okay?
Because he looks like just some middle-aged
See,
person.
I knew that was gonna be at
in
least
Wisconsin.
because that is too obvious to
So,
be.
yeah, that
you
was
know.
pretty there's like a spotlight on that one, like, that's way too obvious. So he has superpowers that will, basically, he is generic in the sense that all he looks like is a white silhouette of himself. All it is. And every time he has an
Why not call him the silhouette?
And anytime
Why
he has
not-
an emotion, it's written on his face, but it's generic. So if he's if he's laughing, it's humored, and it's written in sans serif.
You know what?
This is a real thing.
Who? Okay, which world is Mr. Generic from?
I don't know, but
Oh.
he has
You know what?
his
I kind of want to know now.
his the one that he's always fighting against is called the Heckler. The Heckler is actually the villain.
Heckler's
The hero, yeah.
Heckler.
You know, Mouse will call him Walmart or No Frills.
No frills. Oh, if he touches something, it becomes generic. Becomes white. Like if he grabs a book, it'll become white and it has book right now. That's the weirdest.
So stupid.
So if he touches a dog, it'll become YB.
It will
dog.
become yes, a canine.
I thought you were gonna say, well, if he touches a McLaren, it turns into a Toyota Tercel.
No, it'll just say car. It'll be white.
Oh my God, you're kidding! Oh,
This is a
that's
real guy.
hilarious.
Brother. All right, number four.
No, I'm done with number
In
three.
other words, no frills.
All right, number 4. Dr. Voodoo, Jaws, Reefer King, The Jingler.
Oh my God. All right, there's just one of them is fake. What? The Wrangler. Oh my God! All right, come on, go back again and go.
Dr.
He's probably
Voodoo,
gonna have to
Dr.
repeat
Voodoo.
this.
Jaws,
Jaws.
Reefer King, the Jingler.
Reefer King. Okay, you go ahead. You start.
What do you got?
Let's break the cycle. Why don't us? I don't even care who wins. We just need to. We just need to regulate.
Somebody pick something.
Say them again.
Represent.
Say them again.
Oh my God. Dr. Voodoo, Jaws, Reefer King, the Jingler.
I think he's laughing a lot at jinglers. I think that's the
No, I
fake.
think the worst ones are probably Reefer King and Jingler. That's
Oh,
what gets
man.
us going.
So those are the real ones.
All right, you got to pick one.
Be
You got to pick
careful.
one. Go.
Jaws.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jaws also.
Good job. That's the big one. Fun fact, that is a 007 villain.
That was not a villain. That was a. I mean, yeah, that's exactly.
It was also
007 villain, yeah.
well,
Yeah.
also a shark, but shark was a villain
Shark was a villain.
technically.
Yes,
Jaws.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. We stuck
Good job,
together.
guys.
Yes.
Good job.
All right.
Finally stopped it.
One exactly.
All right.
We did so
Number
bad.
5.
The worst villain is another Martin.
Number
We're
5.
bringing this game.
Cat Girl, the Balloon Maker, Seaweed Queen, the Crimson Lady.
This is not funny. Seaweed Queen.
Which is the fake one?
Oh, man.
Cat
Come on.
Girl, Balloon Maker, Seaweed Queen, the Crimson Lady. Pick something.
What was the last
I'm gonna go with Cat Girl.
Cat
'Cause
Girl,
We got
Cat Girl.
Cat
What was the
Woman.
last one?
The Crimson Lady.
You're the Crimson Lady. You're dressed in red.
I'm gonna go with Seaweed Queen.
You're both wrong. again.
Damn it!
It is the Crimson Lady.
Oh, of course. That went very well with generic man.
Yes. This one's going to really throw you off. Number 6. Modoc, Vortan, Ogar, Blur.
Which name sounded more like he made it up? Okay.
Ready? Modoc, Vortan, Ogar, Blur.
I'm gonna pick C just because I don't know.
He goes with
When in
Ogar.
doubt,
Charlie.
always seed it out.
Yes.
Charlie it out.
He goes Ogar. Who you go with?
A.
Modoc.
Modoc?
Both wrong. It's Vortan.
See, God bless America.
Fun fact about Modoc, he's actually a villain for Captain America, Iron Man, and the
Well,
Hulk.
I knew that one
Yeah.
because he's also coming on. I think he's one of the characters on Injustice 2.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so you knew that one was there.
Is that the guy? What does he look like?
He looks like a big, almost looks like Humpty Dumpty.
Oh.
But squared almost.
Okay, then I could be BSing.
Okay.
I was thinking of the guy that Aquaman's enemy. I don't know what his name is. It looks like he has a flying saucer on his head.
Oh, gotcha. Number 7. These are long, so excuse me.
Okay.
The Phantom of the Penitentiary. Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man. the Aquatic Barbarian. And Generalissimo Brainstorm.
You're gonna have to read them again just because we're gonna make you.
I figured that. The Phantom of the Penitentiary, Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man, The Aquatic Barbarian, Generalissimo Brainstorm.
Generalissimo Brainstorm.
He's gonna probably pick the most complicated one. I bet you.
I'm gonna go with C. I'm Charlieing it.
Charlieing out. He
Yeah.
goes with The Aquatic Barbarian.
Yep.
What were they again?
The Phantom of the Penitentiary, Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man, The Aquatic Barbarian, Generalissimo Brainstorm.
I'm gonna go with B.
The Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man is incorrect. The Aquatic
wrong.
Barbarian is correct.
Yes. Yes.
I'm pretty sure you're probably thinking of Aquaman at the time.
I'll tell you why. Because they're barbarians. They're usually land people. That would be like the land pirate or something like that.
Trident was quite a barbarian.
Well,
There you go.
but I don't think his thought process was gonna go that far.
No, it wasn't.
Even though kudos for the Crimson Lady.
Number 8. The Dark Swallow, the Scarlet Beetle, Black Tarantula, the Death Battalion.
Holy shit. That sounds super made up. And also the name of my metal band.
Really? The Death
The
Battalion.
Death Battalion.
It does sound like a metal band.
Yes.
Who you guys going with?
Okay.
What do I want to do? Once more, the Dark Swallow, the Scarlet Beetle, Black Tarantula, the Death Battalion.
I
I'm
just
gonna go
want.
with C.
I just want
Black Tarantula.
I just want the Death Battalion to win.
Death Battalion are both wrong. It's the Dark Swallow.
Dark Swallow.
Of course.
Why?
Final one.
All right.
And David has a lead, 2-1, by the way.
Yes.
Doomstalker, Mirror Man, King Killer, Captain Geronimo.
I'm going to go with Doomstalker. I think you're missing Doomsink.
Doomstalker.
Oh, you know what? Just to make sure that I don't get fucked, I'm going to play a save and I'm going to say the same one.
You're both wrong.
All right.
It's Captain Geronimo.
Which means I still win.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
You know-
Well played, Shadow. Well played.
Well done, guys. Well done.
GG. Yeah. That was fun. We should keep doing this. I already have an idea of the next one.
We will most likely
Gonna
run
blow
out
your
of-
gores.
Oh, man. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys did way better than these two did.
Two fools
Yeah.
did.
Oh, mine.
Oh, man.
Hello, everyone over there, the Mouthful podcast. This is the one, the only Chaos Reaper. I'm here to tell it like I see it and address the hot topic of the week. Is Marvel too comical? Is DC too serious? Now, I haven't watched the latest outing of either Marvel and DC, Spider-Man and Wonder Woman respectively. But I have watched every other movie. So that being said, let's talk about DC. Okay? So, DC, is it too serious? I believe it is. I believe you could take yourself a little bit lighter every now and then. They should also pace their movies. Wonder Woman did fix a lot of what's wrong with DCMU, and we can only hope that when Justice League rolls around, it'll stay the course, because that would be a huge benefit for them. I haven't heard anything bad about Wonder Woman really. So, Batman v Superman was definitely way too serious, but it's a movie. It's a controversial movie. There's a lot of opinions about it. I have opinions. I didn't like the movie, honestly. I thought it was terrible. I thought that they tried to rush so much in that movie, and it could have been done a hell of a lot better. Okay, Marvel was awesome, and it's still great. But I think they like their jokes a little too much. Now they have to shove a joke every 30 seconds, no matter what the situation is. Which, when you don't expect it, it can be hilarious. But when it's already just part of your movie universe, when every serious moment that you have, you're gonna shove a joke in it, it loses its impact. It's not funny anymore. It's not fun anymore. So, yeah, I think that like movies like Doctor Strange, which was great, but there were certain moments that could have been better if you take the jokes out of the way. I saw a video on it comparing of when Spider-Man finally the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man finally just decides to be, like, I'm Spider-Man, and he just goes off. And it's a great scene, There's no jokes. He just straight up, realizes what he is, what he has to do, and does it. When the same scene happens in Doctor Strange, that's the video takes the scene when he puts on the cape, which is a great scene, by the way, and it's totally ruined when the cape kind of just caresses his face and whatnot, and what? Come on, you were doing so well. What happened? Why the joke? It was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. Nobody asked for it. It was not needed. Why? I remember the Hulk movie. I think I remember it correctly. I might have to rewatch it, but it didn't have all those funny moments. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed that movie. I don't know what everybody thinks about it. I'm talking about the Edward Norton movie, not the one before. That one doesn't exist. And and it also depends on the character. Like with Iron Man, with Tony Stark, yes, you expect it because that's the character. So not only you're expecting like the action moments, you're expecting his retorts to anything and everything that's being said or that's happening in the movie. The same thing with Spider-Man. I'm expecting it to be funny. I'm expecting him to say something smart-ass at any given moment because that's who the character is. So I believe that according to the character, that like with Black Panther, there should not be that many jokes. Yes, there will be because it's still Marvel, but it's the Black Panther. This is not a comedy character. I'm expecting it to be a more serious movie, and I hope they do it like that, or they did it like that. You know, it's not Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was great. It was funny. I haven't seen the second one, which I guess that means I haven't seen every single Marvel movie, but that's beside the point. So those are my 2 cents. That's the way I see it. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Have a good weekend. GG.
Marvel movies, DC movies. One is apparently too comedic, Marvel. One apparently is way too fucking dire and serious, DC. Do you guys agree with this? Do you feel that this is the case? Do you think that Marvel hangs too much weight on humor in the movies? You saw, David, you saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and it sounded like that was one of your main complaints.
Yes. There's no doubt. There's no doubt of what's happening here. I feel like this is the case for Marvel movies where lately, I mean, they had a moment. I feel like Marvel movies had a great comedic, awesome moment for generations to talk about, which was the Avengers, the part where the part where Hulk Loki tries to submit the Hulk.
Yes.
And he just grabs him and he just starts like bang him against everything, like at the floor, at the thing. Spoilers for those who haven't seen the Avengers, I guess.
Yeah, come on.
What are you doing here if you haven't?
Considering how much money the movie made, everybody's seen it.
Yeah. And besides, even if that part was spoiled, you still have to see it because it's hilarical. It is awesome. So now I feel like the late movies after that have relied a little bit too much on having a very dramatic moment that gets ruined by a comedy thing, comedy thing that happens.
It's undermined.
Exactly, which completely ends up undermining the whole point of that dramatic moment, whether it's a love scene, whether it's a moment of self-discovery. I saw a video recently where there was this person talking this very thing about Marvel movies in specific, how they seem to lately be a little bit too afraid of those dramatic moments for the fear of looking campy. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like me telling you, something silly that'll be like kind of like cringy, and then be like, oh yeah, no, I'm kidding, of course. So they'll have this dramatic moment like this of self-discovery on a character. Let's say when in Doctor Strange, for those who have seen Doctor Strange, watch it. It's a great movie. This is not a major spoiler or anything like that, but just like 15 seconds if you want to go ahead. He's putting his cape, and he looks as though the camera is getting close to him. He looks, awesome. The music is there, and suddenly the cape starts like playing with the side of his face or tickling him.
It was trying to wipe off something.
Or trying to wipe off something, yeah. And it kind of like it lost the moment right there of.
Lost the awesome.
Moment. That moment of discovery, that moment of. I mean, yes, we get it. It's a little campy, it's a little silly, it's a little overplayed, but that's okay. Some of the best movies, even end on those type of like campiness, things, and they're good for themselves. So I feel like maybe Marvel has lost their confidence in the and portraying those dramatic moments. So they want to let you know that they're in the joke too. You know, this is we know this is campy. That's why look.
That's why we're playing around with
exactly.
I think most of it is because Marvel's owned by Disney, so
Do
Disney's
you think
goofy.
Disneyfication
I
of it?
think
That
Disney is
Disneyfication.
a big
That's a great
influence
point.
on Marvel and also audience based.
Mhm.
So they want to keep it silly, goofy, but I think we do need some seriousness in
I
it
agree.
because superheroes. We read the comics before. If we've picked them up, and we know they're serious, they're scary, they're oh my god,
Yeah.
they're graphic,
Yeah, they're-
everything.
Exactly. They're facing some scary shit that's coming out.
I mean, I would bring up Deadpool, but we all know Deadpool's supposed to be funny, goofy,
yeah.
graphic.
That's his superpower.
So,
some might say.
so he's out of this discussion completely because
Yeah.
we all know he's like that.
Yeah, and that was the purpose of it was to be
Purposely to be
satirical.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
And
exactly.
I think we need like a balance because yes, DC also is getting really serious, but you need to have some comedy to break the tension, break the trauma, just make lighthearted of it because you need that balance. If you don't have that balance, it
yeah,
it
the
gets
movie
too,
suffers. Mhm.
Yeah.
See that this is again why I really like the Wonder Woman movie. I didn't feel like, I mean, it's not to say it didn't have, for a DC movie, it was not as serious as the other ones. We're going to talk about DC in a moment because DC, my God, Schindler's level of seriousness here. But with Wonder Woman, they were able to overcome that. It never had a moment that it was just it was making fun of itself, but it was never so serious that you were just depressed of watching this. I felt like they have a good chemistry. The characters had a great chemistry. I felt like it struck a nice balance. And you had that they have one point we're in the boat. I'm not gonna spoil what happens in the boat, but there's like a back and forth and it's comedic, but not to the extreme.
True, but I mean, there's also, that's not a major plot moment to
No.
be undermined anyway. For
Exactly. Yes.
comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which maybe that's a good thing.
Correct.
I would
yeah.
think. Yeah.
You save the humorous moments. Although sometimes it can be. I think that sometimes trying to give an example. An example would be Did you saw? Everyone saw Age of Ultron, right? So
Yes.
slight spoilers here on
Yeah.
Age of Ultron. Vision has a moment where he's able to hit or able to pick up the his hammer, Thor's hammer, and he hits Ultron with it, and he gives it back to Thor, and he goes, "Man, this is it's ridiculously balanced." And they really talk about, and he just knocked the hell out of Ultron real
Yeah.
quick, and he goes, "Yeah, it's good when you try to swing, you see Thor." That was humorous, and it did kind of say, you're in the middle of a battle here. Do you? I mean, I can see that. There was and I hate to say this because X-Men 3 was really garbage, but there was a moment that worked for a comedy here with the Beast, where he's trying to explain something to, I think it was Wolverine, as he's battling, but he's doing it in a certain way where he's literally ripping people, throwing people around. He goes, "Oh, I'll tell you later." He just kind of that. While that was humorous, it didn't take away from the moment because obviously there was. That's a reaction you would say from somebody who's asking you something in the middle of a battle. It's like, hello, I'm in the middle of something here, So I think it's good in its place. I think being devoid of it though can really, really. That I think is probably the one blemish that I would have to have on Man of Steel. I liked Man of Steel, but Superman is supposed to be that ray of light. I mean, he's always been that ray of light. S stands for hope. Well, dude, you don't look hopeful, man. You look like shit's going bad every time. You know what I mean?
Think, like I said, with the balance, it gives audience seeing whether it makes them look human, whether
Yeah.
they're human or not. It makes them look human. It pretty much takes it home.
Like
That's why we need that.
The best use of comedy in Marvel movie, to me personally was going back to Age of Ultron. The scene when they're all trying to pick up his hammer.
I was gonna say. I hope he doesn't go into DC now without mentioning going back to Age of Ultron. That was a
especially
fantastic,
when
absolutely perfect.
Captain
does
America.
it really matter with spoilers at this point?
Well, I mean, we're going to be
keep
talking
it
about
light.
these movies.
Yeah.
These movies are going to be.
So-
I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about movies.
We'll put a
it's
little
gonna
something
spoil.
in. You put something in when we get to the hot topic of the week. Say, we're going to kind of discuss.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So
so-
I do like that scene, especially when they kept picking up and Captain America just moving
Moved
it.
it a
And you
little
saw
bit.
you
Yeah.
saw Thor's face. He's like,
Correct.
oh no.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was honestly. I think that was one of my favorite moments of the overall Marvel universe.
Yes, I agree.
Because it's just like, oh, these guys all exist in the same world. They all know each other. They all riff on each other.
Yep.
It was an amazing.
They're one
It was probably the
big,
best
happy
thing
family.
of that movie. It was probably one of the best things. So having those light moments. Like you said, it humanizes the films. So far, now I'm gonna switch over to DC. So far, yes, Wonder Woman was that ray of hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ray of hope that Superman's supposed to be.
Should have been. Yeah.
Batman, let's be real, he's never been about hope.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
So
think.
him-
I don't think I'll be
Definitely
okay with a
not.
humorous.
Correct,
Batman.
yes.
I mean, it might have like maybe something. He might say something.
yeah.
I
A
think
one-liner,
Batman-
and that's it.
Yeah.
I think
a witty
Batman
comment.
will have more dark humor than anything else.
Maybe even no.
They'll be
maybe, yeah.
careful. I'll be
I
careful
would
with
say
that.
because he I think this is to the Dark Knight.
The Joker could have it.
The moment where he's giving up being Batman
Mm-hmm.
and he goes he's like I can't do this anymore, people are dying, Alfred, what would you have me do? And he tells him endure whatever. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And as he's walking to the elevator with him, well, I'm just gonna Bruce tells Alfred, I'm just gonna tell them you made me do it, or
Exactly.
so it was pretty funny, and
Yeah.
it's memorable to me as a moment in the film. It humanizes the character, but it doesn't change the fact that yes, he is a broken character to begin with. So obviously you don't want to undermine the character,
Yeah.
but that's not Superman. Superman can't
No.
be that way,
Yeah.
and Wonder Woman definitely can't be that way. And I think that they definitely showcase that in Wonder Woman the movie. So that's definitely a step in the right direction. But another one that went way past that, Suicide Squad. Now you
feel free.
Now
I saw it.
Yeah.
now you have them trying too hard to be
To one up each other and be funny.
Correct.
Yeah, they're-
And it became this thing like, oh, guys, first off, the story was ridiculous. I'm not going to get into the story here, but the point
Please
is
don't.
the overall plot was laughable.
Silly.
Okay,
It
that
was
was
a-
more funny than the jokes that they were saying.
In other
You know what I
words,
mean?
it was a hot mess.
It
in
was
itself.
ridiculous. But then on top of that, them trying to riff on each other, and it just felt not good. You know what I mean? It's like,
It was
guys, we don't
forced.
know you to be caring how you guys act around each other. You know what I mean? It was
You're
just
supposed to be villains.
correct.
somehow,
Yeah, you're supposed-
yeah.
So you should be
I
I like
hating each other.
badasses. Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's an example of DC going the other way.
and,
That's a Guardians version of.
I think the worst part though with Suicide Squad is that like in the entire movie they didn't really they knew each other for a few hours
yeah,
and already making I would
There was a
expect them-
camaraderie, like a crazy.
Yeah, they were
there was a moment where they
constantly making
actually
fun of each other.
it was probably one of the better scenes, which you've probably seen in the if you haven't seen the movie, you've probably seen in the trailer where they're at the bar. They're at a bar and Harley Quinn's pouring
Oh,
them
yeah, I know
drinks.
what you're talking about.
That was probably the most humanizing moment between them. But even then, it just
It was
the story
forced.
itself was already bad, so you really didn't care. So and then again, you try to lighten things up, and it's like you're not. You know what I mean? It's not working. You know what I mean?
Just like Batman versus Superman was another movie where it never felt like it was devoid. It almost felt devoid of humor.
Yeah.
It was.
I can't think of one humorous moment.
No,
or
me
one,
neither.
Not even humorous. One lighthearted moment in
Yeah.
that movie.
No,
Not one.
It felt too. It felt a little too heavy, which I can appreciate for some portions. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than the regular crowd, which is gonna completely discredit my thoughts on Spider-Man now. Hey, I said a low 7. I gave that movie a low 7. All right, and I understand that movie was terrible plot holes and whatever, but but yeah, but it was in retrospect. I probably thinking of with more experience with watching more movies of this caliber right now, I probably would have actually scored it lower because it never made. There was not a moment where it felt like how to just like you said. It was too heavy. Now on the opposite side, I went and saw no shit. The one with Star-Lord.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the
We
Galaxy.
were just talking about. He's like,
I know. My mind works like that. Sometimes I'm getting old. So Guardians of the Galaxy, I like the first one. It had its silly moments.
It had a mix.
But it had it had a mix, and it had like a goofy, even a goofy thing at the very end at a goofy after credits. But then I think people immediately latched on to the fact that the raccoon is so funny and Groot is hilarious and all this that the director or directors, whoever it was, they leaned a little bit too much on that comedy side of things, and now it became ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it?
I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah,
I've seen the
I haven't
first
either.
one. But I have to say that the funny thing about the first one, and again, spoilers, the funny thing about the first one is towards the end, the dance off. Okay. So that would, in most cases, be something you would say, that's undermining the seriousness of the moment. But at the same time, you look at the purpose, you look at it behind it, and it's like it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where the confusions come in.
and
They're
also
going,
the
this is what
character,
they
too.
want. This is what made them, enjoy this.
Yeah, that the dynamic worked at that level.
Correct, but it worked because it was literally meant to be a distraction. But it was a distraction from a fool, Star-Lord, who said, "I got nothing else. Let me dance with this fool." You know what I mean? So, and he did it, and it was freaking hilarious.
It was
freaking hilarious.
it was good, yeah.
But that immediately led to probably the best moment in that movie when he grabs the Power Stone. They all unite by touching each other because now they have to kind of spread that power between them. And the moment it spread and everybody's evenly and they're fine, they're not hurting anymore, they're not yelling. They're just standing there and they stare at Ronan and they have this look like, we're gonna
kick
fuck your ass right now.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. That was never undermined.
No.
But I guess that's where the confusion is.
That was
Yes.
that was a good balance, right there. Which on the second one, I felt like it was just like a step away from starting fart jokes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like
Oh, man.
And it's not on the, because you mentioned it very well. With Deadpool, we expect Deadpool to be hilarious and to break the fourth wall and to be all
that's
sides
who
of bunker
he
because
is.
that's who he is and he's meant to be satirical. Well, now you turn these characters into almost that, which doesn't feel right because the first wasn't like that. Now you're pulling it into like that,
character.
and now it's gonna become. And again, I was not expecting it to become. I didn't want it to be, a serious. This is not. I don't know, Fantastic Four, whatever. This is not that.
Though, because they spent quite some time together in the first movie, so that's why they started gradually making jokes at each other.
Yeah.
Yada yada.
Oh, they were doing it from the beginning.
I know, but like really getting into it.
Yeah, I agree.
You even see it on the trailers, on the trailers where I forgot her name, but the girl with the antenna that could read her mind, and he's trying
the trailer. Yeah. That's how you.
Yeah. And then
Didn't the creator not like how the movie portrayed her?
how the what?
The movie portrayed her.
Yeah, I read that they didn't like how they portrayed that character because that character is supposed to be. I mean, I think she was a character that was like almost abused by this being,
Okay.
on the comics or whatever, So, but here again, she became a laughingstock. Basically, the whole cast became a laughingstock.
I think that's when
And-
that's I would like to say Disney-fied it. In
Yeah,
other words.
yeah,
That's
which
what
was my
happened.
concern. Which is now my concern with Star Wars movies, because if suddenly we're just gonna have like silly things happening all the time.
We
I mean,
know how Star Wars works too.
I get the part where with BB-8, giving the thumbs up with his lighter, that was cute, but okay, that
That's
was a funny
enough.
moment,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's enough.
Yeah.
All right, this is an adventure. It's not meant to be a comedy. Don't take it that way.
So, question:
Uh-huh.
we're midway through 2017. We have one Marvel movie left, one DC movie left. You haven't seen Thor or Thor 2.
I saw Thor. I haven't seen Thor 2.
How about you?
I saw
Shadow.
the first one.
You didn't see the second
No.
one? Okay.
I know.
The second one is inferior a little bit to me than the first one. Mostly because of the villain. And I always have a problem with the villain. It's like the villain has to be interesting. If they're not interesting, then I don't care if he wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
that's
understand
what actually.
there.
yeah.
Actually, if you have a bland villain, there's no point.
There's no point. Yeah, exactly. That's what makes Batman. Yeah, I was going to say. Well, no, I was just going to say that. I liked him because of that. But here, Thor Ragnarok is the next one for this year.
Oh yeah, it looks amazing.
It does look amazing. It also looks to be hanging a little bit too much on comedy.
Yes.
When you start looking at
Yes,
the scenes.
I hate the fact that I hate to admit the fact because it looks amazing. That trailer makes it look great, but then again, same thing with Spider-Man. Spider-Man looked like the second coming. And
Although to be fair, Spider-Man, I don't think I personally, from what I recall, don't think there was any
No.
unnecessary comedy.
they didn't go. I mean, there were silly
was
moments,
funny,
but it was
but it was-
not.
yeah.
Yeah, they
See,
when,
you know-
when things
Yeah.
got serious, they remained serious.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Sees Hulk,
Yeah.
Thor sees Hulk, and he's like, yeah, he's my work buddy or whatever.
Oh
is
my
the
goodness.
line. It's
But
like, no, we
um,
work together. It's like, no.
In the first Thor, we kind of understand why it was a bit comedy because he was getting used to Earth.
Yeah.
Earth, yeah.
They
So
call that
that-
the fish out of water.
yeah, I like
That,
that. Yeah, I
that
like
was
that.
understandable, you know?
Correct.
It's kind of like George of the Jungle.
I
kinda
agree.
thing.
I agree. So we have that Thor Ragnarok. So hopefully it doesn't lean too much on
Damn
it.
it!
From
Now
the-
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
actually
I know.
blown the wind out of my sails with that
Okay,
one.
question though, how many trailers does it have out now?
I
Or
don't
was
know
it
the
just
one.
that
I don't know.
one?
Honestly,
I think
the
it's just the one.
And I think I'm okay with just watching.
Yeah,
I
I'm
stopped
done,
watching trailers.
Yeah, I'm done watching any more trailers.
Yeah.
I'm done. I saw the very first Spider-Man trailer. I was like, nope, that's it. I'm good.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
that's all you take. Yeah.
Then for DC, we have the big
They had
big
the
Mama
Justice-
Jamma.
Yes. We had the
Justice
Avenger.
League.
Oh wait, the
No,
Justice
the
League.
Justice-
Wow, he was way
So that one looks to be a little bit more lighthearted, which I hope
Justice League.
isn't. I hope it is not an overcorrection.
No,
you know what I mean.
no, no.
I hope it's not like Wonder Woman is a perfect example of. Oh, that was not an overcorrection.
Yeah.
Although there were some scenes in Wonder Woman that was like, okay, this is going on too long, and that's my issue with a lot of comedies nowadays where you're hanging on that same joke for too long. Like, okay, move on.
Okay.
For Wonder Woman, it's the scene where her trying to get out of the door. You know, and it's like, okay,
Trying to
get out of it.
Oh yeah,
it's like, all right,
exactly. That
This
was
is
kinda-
an unnecessary
Yeah, true.
10 minutes that we're spending here.
Yeah.
You know, it's not 10 minutes, but I'm just saying.
It was 2 hours.
Yeah. But
It's
no,
the whole movie.
so hopefully Justice League doesn't overcorrect.
No.
And hopefully Thor Ragnarok learns from, I think, Spider-Man, where it's like when it's meant to be meaningful and serious, keep it that way. Don't unless it's like again the first Guardian of the Galaxy where yes it's a comedic moment but it wasn't meant to be. He literally is. Yes, it's funny to us as the audience watching it, but he's not doing it because he's trying to be funny. He's doing it because I don't want you to look at what Rocket Raccoon is doing over there.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm gonna make me dance in
There was
front
a
of me.
plan, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm hoping it's a bit heart wrenching considering what Ragnarok identifies as.
Correct.
I'm
We'll
hoping
see.
because
Yeah.
that's pretty much second coming. That's what Ragnarok is.
I want them to.
Yeah, the version of the Rapture.
There's another movie that I think it nailed the humor perfectly, and you're gonna enjoy this one. It was The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
The Winter Soldier. It was. I mean, stakes were high. You know, it was an interesting espionage. Movie. I would call it. I would say, and it never leaned too much into the funny. You know. As a matter of fact, can you remember a part that I can say it was humor? I mean, it wasn't
Oh,
depressing.
him, between him and Falcon, I think it was so much of the good scenes.
Yeah.
Especially the early on where he's like, your left, on your left. You know,
Yeah.
he was
I-
racing around the
Yeah,
thing.
'cause
Oh,
that's
yes.
like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like coworkers messing around.
Correct. That's
Yeah.
that's the difference. The difference is they hang when they're together, they do that. They do have funny moments when it was like, how do I know who's bad guy? Because now, Shield and Hydra.
Yeah.
I don't know who's the bad guy. Well, if they're shooting at you, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
So, and of course that's happening, but the action hasn't started yet. It is just kind of leading up to that. And honestly, these are releases of stress or releases of anxiety. So it makes sense. I have one more thing before we close this off. The Avengers movies are coming up. The big Avengers movie, the Infinity War Avengers movies. These things are going to be really, really cosmic.
Yes.
And it's going to severely undermine those movies if they go the Guardian of the Galaxy way.
God,
you know
no,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. They can't. They can't afford to do that.
I have to agree. And
Especially
I hope
since what's his face is coming, Thanos.
Thanos, yeah. So I hope Thanos is not a Joker, bro.
Isn't since the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be also in Infinity War.
Yeah, I think almost everybody is.
Yeah.
Almost right now, because I follow Tom Holland, I follow not Tony Stark. What's the fucking thing?
Oh,
Robert
Downey Jr.
And
Tony Stark.
yeah, I know.
Might as well be. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call him Tony Stark. I follow a lot of them on Instagram, and there have been pictures. I think they've already done filming, or they're close to ending filming.
Oh shoot!
And
now
they have
gonna be
pictures, and they're all
editing.
together. And Spider-Man's in it.
That looks great.
So, regardless of what happened in Homecoming, he's got a.
If they can get the fucking time frames right.
This is true. And
So I feel like there might be. I don't think they might overdo humor in Infinity War.
We'll
'cause
see.
Considering
We'll
that's
see.
a big thing.
It's also a hard sell. I mean, they thought Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be a hard sell. This is a hard sell. This is going to, yes, because now you're pulling all these worlds in together, and you have a lot of cosmic elements.
Oh, I thought you meant like a hard sell of that. Oh, they don't know if they can make the dough, and then I'm like,
No, that's not what I mean. Oh, no, they're going to make money.
forget it. This is
gonna make money
gonna destroy
regardless.
whatever Wonder Woman
Records,
did.
yeah, exactly.
They're gonna
come
make
on.
money regardless whether it was good or bad.
But as far as if it's a good overall story, it's going to be a hard. They thought Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be hard. It ended up being great. This is Guardians of the Galaxy on a massive level.
So
you know what I mean?
how long do you think that movie might be? Is it
It's
gonna
gonna be
it's
two
gonna
movies.
Yeah, it's going to be 2.5
Oh.
hours. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2.5. Yeah, they part 1 and part 2. Part 2 is going to be 2019. Which,
I guess because they don't want to do a whole Harry Potter thing where
no,
4 hours.
God no. Yeah, before I go into the comments, I do want to give a quick shout out to Nivel Escondido, which is on Twitch, and they have their own website, Nivel Escondido. They have a great podcast as well. Look them up, especially if you are in Spanish speaking and you want to kind of relate. Definitely, they've got a great podcast. Also, Cheap Seats and the Stickman podcast. Again, they're back making good stuff over there. Generally, they talk about they're big on wrestling, big on movies. Big on
Wrestling, movies,
on pop
games.
culture, basically.
What's the
Yeah, exactly.
That's the perfect combination.
Exactly. So definitely look them up there, and I wanted to give them a quick shout out. So basically, we have Mr. Chakrod John states Marvel lately is been too comical, all because of Disney. Probably
There
the
you go.
regulations are doing are on doing a successful movie like Disney always done. I don't know anything about DC, so apparently he has seen 0 DC movies.
And Disney has that audience that you gotta keep up.
Yeah, they do.
And what's wrong with you? Why are you not watching DC movies?
He's actually a smart guy. Watch Wonder Woman.
Watch Wonder Woman.
Just watch Wonder
At
Woman.
And then
least watch
stop.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Collaborate and listen.
And don't go back.
Yes.
Jason Fariello, he chimes in. I'm not much for American comics and such, never been a big fan. However, for the little bit I do know and I've read, I have liked Marvel better than anything DC Heroes related. For the most part, mostly because the DC heroes are overpowered and they don't have any weaknesses other than Batman, of course. They also take their stuff too serious, in my opinion. While Marvel has characters who are powerful, but as with just as much weakness to them, which is a lot more relatable. Again, in my opinion.
That's true. Yeah, it goes with what Shadow was describing as the humanization of the super beings, you know?
Correct.
And
Exactly.
suddenly you understand, hey, superheroes have feeling too.
I agree.
They have
Superman is not. He just never.
He's
has
the man
yet-
of steel, but the heart of
A
gold.
puppy. Oh, I was gonna say a puppy. Sure.
I mean, a puppy would be better. I mean, that's kind of the same of heart of gold. I
Agree.
mean, dogs don't judge.
Oh, dogs don't judge. All dogs go to heaven.
Oh,
Don't remind me of that. That was such a sad movie.
It was. It was not as sad as Old Yeller, but up there.
Well, you know. I mean, dogs.
Cujo.
No, not
No,
Cujo.
come on.
Cujo was
Cujo.
sad.
It was sad for all the
Bendito.
people.
I think any dog dying is sad.
I agree. Last comment we have here, Jose Rodriguez. The Marvel movies in general have been a healthy mix of humor and action, which keeps people engaged in the story. DC has been dark within the last few movies, but you can see a slight shift how they did Wonder Woman, and so far the trailers for Justice League show that they are following up with some comical snips in their movies.
My God, good, yes.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Well said, yeah, that's true.
All right, guys. Again, the end of episode 64. If this is your first time again, please subscribe. More importantly, go to goodgame.tech. Join the conversation there. Join the group.
Say hello.
say
Drop
hello.
a line.
Exactly.
We're friendly people. I mean, look, we're
we'll
just
sit here
always.
Come on,
and chat about
guys and
this
gals.
crap,
Just yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Just
We are chill.
We are
chewing the fat.
very chill.
yeah.
So this is Mad Dog signing off for this week. Mr. Dreamy Twister and your damn spinner.
Excuse me, Spinner Man. Bring. Actually, that sounds
fake
like
villain.
like a Mega Man, like a Mega Man.
All I can think of is that
maybe,
one
yes.
video. Oh my god.
Top Man was the Mega Man one. I'm gonna be Spinner Man.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Miss Shadow, do you have anything else for us?
Honestly, I'm on that D&D rage. So if anyone got anything about that, please.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to join.
Hit her
I
up.
want to join. I've never
Chris
been there.
Montanez on the group.
Yes.
And apparently David, he's in.
Because it's creativity. Like it's like making original characters.
Ooh. Well,
Like put your stuff up. I don't care. I love.
What's the name of your character again?
I know Twinkle Toes. That's all I know.
The Double King, Twinkle Toes.
Ew, gross! I didn't even play Skyrim. For all those jokes, oh no.
All right, guys. So we'll see you next week.
GG.
GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by goodgame.tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.